capacity of the Hermitage Dam here. We also built the Mona water treatment plant, which is able to treat some 15 million gallons of water each day to provide to a large part of the corporate area. Since then, you have also had major developments in a number of well sources, and you have also had major developments in other sources of water supply. For instance, since that time, the water supply infrastructure for the Rio Cobre water supply system has been built. We did the Spanish Town water treatment plant. We also constructed the Tullow Springs water supply system, bringing water not only to sections of St. Catherine, but also into the corporate area. There is Yalas pipeline, which was also built back in the 1980s, which has provided anywhere up to 20 million gallons of water to come into the Mona Reservoir and to assist in maintaining the supplies there. All across the country, you have had major investments. For instance, in the more recent years, we have had major expenditures, some 40 million US dollars spent on the Lucy Negril water supply to provide water to large sections from Negril in Westmoreland all the way to Lucy in Hanover. We have also had major expenditures on the Great River water supply system. Not only did we do an initial Great River in the 1990s, but we subsequently did an expansion of the Great River facility and then ended up with the Great River to Lucy water supply system in the early 2000s. That also cost us somewhere in the region of 40 million US dollars. After that, we've also had what is referred to as the Northwestern Water Supply Improvement Project, which did major water supply improvement for all the parishes, all parts of 4 parishes on the northwestern side of Jamaica, parts of Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney. That project also included the rehabilitation and expansion of the Martha Brae water supply system and the development of a transmission line to take us all the way from Martha Brae, just outside of Falmouth, to Duncan's in the parish of Trelawney. Subsequent to that, we have spent some 17 million US dollars more to extend that pipeline from that Duncan's area all the way to Runaway Bay in St. Anne. So the point I make again is that in every decade and at every point in Jamaica's history, major expenditures have been made on water supplies. We also are now doing and still have work going underway for the Kingston Metropolitan Area Water Supply System, where some 85 million US dollars is being spent to do major overhaul of the water supply infrastructure in sections of Greater Spanish Town and large parts of southeast St. Catherine, that is Portmore area, and to benefit many areas in Kingston and St. Andrew. That project is continuing. Many of the benefits from that project are already being derived, and there is much more still to come. Under that project, we rehabilitated the Spanish Town treatment plant. We have also re-established and drilled or cleaned more than 20 wells in that area. We have also supported the infrastructure that provides about 27 million gallons of water each day to both sections of St. Catherine and sections of Kingston and St. Andrew. And we are now beginning the 211 million US dollars Jamaica Water Supply Improvement Project, which will see us bringing an additional 20 million gallons of water into the corporate area each day from the completion of this project, as well as a number of water supply improvement projects in rural parishes. All of these things do show that there has been tremendous investment in water supply infrastructure. Is there a need for more? Absolutely. Water supply is one of those things which we often take for granted, both as individuals as well as a country. And it's unfortunate that we do so, but it would not be true to say that infrastructure improvement and investment has not been made. For one classic example, at the time that the Hermitage Dam was built back in the 1920s, at that time I'm sure that the direct delivery of treated water to households was nowhere more than 30% of the population had access to piped water at their homes. At present, the piped water supply delivery in homes across the country is over 70%. We have plans that would enable us to bring that to about 85% with time and with more investment. But that just goes to show that even with the continuous increase in population, not only has the water supply infrastructure kept pace with the population, but it has actually been going at a greater speed and has therefore provided for us to now have more than 70% of our population being able to have direct house-to-house connection for water supply. And it must also be borne in mind that even in well-developed first world countries, piped water supply from a municipal service provider is not available to everyone. Persons who live outside of city limits in Germany, in Holland, in Britain, in the United States, if you live outside of certain defined boundaries, you do not expect to be provided with piped water supply from a municipal service provider. And so Jamaica's achievements are not to be sneezed at.